tweeted out, "When will we ever find out who told the dip blanks with the zip ties how to find everyone's private offices? How did they know which windows were vulnerable? Who disconnected the panic buttons? Who disabled Mike Pence's access card? Why was Mo Brooks wearing body armor? Let's effing go." Yeah, I have some questions too, but the Trump people, not only do we not have the answers to any of those questions, but Trump gave a speech last week that David Frum is flagging for us in a piece over at theatlantic.com. It's titled Trump's America First speech revealed a plan for power. And this is what Trump laid out. I'm quoting from David Frum now, a former Republican strategist and spokesperson. David's been on our program a number of times over the years. Not a Republican any longer, I don't believe. Or at least certainly not a Trump humper. Anyhow, he writes that Trump skept out a vision that a new Republican Congress could enact sweeping new emergency powers for the next Republican president. Now, this is how dictators always do it, by the way. Yes, we have an emergency. I need extra powers. He goes on to say the president would be empowered to disregard state jurisdiction over criminal law. Remember when John Kennedy was assassinated? There was no federal law of murder at the time. And so the authorities in Dallas said, the body's ours. This is a crime committed in Texas. We're going to, and the federal authorities, of course, flew him back to D.C., back to the Bethesda. But the bottom line is that typically state authorities have the ability to enforce laws. But no, Trump is suggesting that he could federalize all law. And then he could have his own private police force enforcing that. This is exactly what Hitler did with the SS. Back to David Frum. The president would be allowed to push aside a weak, foolish, and stupid governor and to fire radical and racist prosecutors. Racist here meaning anti-white. The president could federalize state National Guard for law enforcement duties, stop and frisk suspects for illegal weapons, and impose death sentences on drug dealers after expedited trials. This, Frum says, is Trump declaring that he intends to use the law as a weapon to shield his own wrongdoing, and a weapon to wield against his political opponents. And David Frum points out at the end of his article, he says, since his humiliation in 2020, Trump has been studying how to use a second chance if he gets it. Next time, he will have the wholehearted support of a White House staff elected to enable him. Next time, he will have the backing in Congress of a party remade in his own image. Next time, he'll be acting to ensure that his opponents never again get a next time of their own. And I think David Frum is absolutely right on this.